Hey guys, live from Nordic Fintech Week. I'm here with Alexander Schmidt, Dr. Alexander Schmidt from Normative. So, climate tech. Climate tech is a field where most of the new venture capitalists are invested right now, especially in emerging markets where I also invest. Why now and why so important?
Yeah, thanks for the question and thanks for having me here. I think it's right now so important. There's so many different push and pull factors that enable a lot of investments in this space. We have on the push side, we have regulations ramping up. There's a necessity for companies to disclose their carbon, and for that they need to have support, such as normative offers. But there also are pull factors. There are so many opportunities in this whole net zero transition, and investors have realized this. They're willing to pay 10% premium on companies that are quote unquote green.
So, tell us what you do at Normative.
Yeah, so Normative is a carbon accounting provider, meaning our product and our services help companies to accurately account for their carbon emissions and then reduce them, ideally to a stage of net zero emissions, where in sum total a company does not contribute anymore to any additional greenhouse gases in the atmosphere. Now, my role is heading our science, sustainability and climate research department, meaning I get the privilege to work with a lot of organizations across the board on research, on reports, on advancing the space and ensuring normative scientific integrity.
When you advise a company, how much of your work is, I want to say automatized, like machine-based, and how much of it is vertically, like consulting the company itself, specific?
It's so important, the combination of both really makes the mix. So our platform is fully automated, meaning you as a company, you upload your data, your, for example, financial data, your business activities if you want, and the engine translates this into a carbon footprint or carbon equivalence, meaning all of the greenhouse gases will be made visible across your value chain. However, the companies are then left with numbers, and numbers have to be made sense of. So that's where our climate strategy advisors come into play, and they help companies to actually make sense of numbers and plan a strategy around those numbers to reduce their emissions.
So the instinct and the logic will say that this is a business only for very large companies, right? But something is telling me that this is everyone's worries, or should be, right?
And you're right there entirely, yes. Large companies have usually the power to really move the space forward. So yes, we are mostly engaging with enterprise customers because they have long realized there's something we need and they have the resources to action or to take action on this need. However, if you look at their own value chains, meaning their suppliers, this is where a lot of small, medium enterprises sit. They alone don't have the power to actually invest and change their, for example, ways of producing or shipping. But together with their bigger buyers, they can draft strategies and buyers can create incentives to get the entire value chain on board. And that's so important because value chain emissions are on average 90% of a company's overall emissions. So without the small companies, a large company will not be able to decarbonize.
So the advocacy role of large companies is super important to drag in the sort of a snowball, smaller companies, right?
That's exactly how we work with our enterprise customers, yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.